So this session we actually had a few more people show up. We had a couple of players that were from the game that I played where Gil was the DM. So they came in, and so we introduced them when Thea and her party, Thea tells the party a little bit about her memories when she was younger. Kind of a brief overview. This is when Thea notices that Gil looks younger after his testing with the baker that had the magical stuff. And then about midday they come across an orc village that is surprisingly abandoned. So, you know, it was set up as more of a permanent orc village, and the party arrive and find that it's like everyone just picked up and left. As they kind of explored it, they came across a furbolg, and a human. So that was our friends from the other campaign. Are in Deep Rock and Sylvester. So they explained that they were on a quest for, they took a quest for killing orcs, getting 5 gold ahead. As they kind of explored, they heard a noise, just a you know, it's supposed to be like an animal noise is what I was going for, like an animal cry. As they kind of followed that, they found a cage in the middle of kind of a stream that was kind of half submerged, and couldn't see anything in it until a head kind of popped up out of the water and would make that noise again. It was a homebrew creature that I did, a blue otter, which would be more specific to a sapphire otter is what I named him. I had it pretty much just be an otter, so a kind of weasel as the stat block, but swimming stuff. And I gave it the ability to blend in with water, which is why they couldn't see it, is when it's submerged in water, it like disappears. So when they release it from the cage, there was a little discussion about it with some of the party members before they realized this was Thea getting her beast companion because she chose a Beastmaster Ranger. So this was her special beast that I was giving her, that I kind of homebrewed a little. I pretty much made it so that way, you know, it was going to be my go-to to key into more things. I was going to have it be, it might find little trinkets that were special. You know, I gave it, of course, the ability for the invisible swim-in kind of thing, just so that way there's options available for Thea to use it in interesting ways or do lots of different stuff with it, and, you know, would have been, which I was really looking forward to. That didn't, you know, campaign didn't last, so it didn't quite get used as much. But as this new group kind of went about looking at the village, they picked up a few things. Mostly Gil. He went off on his own and kind of grabbed all that while people were talking, and then came back with it all. Oh yeah. After leaving the village, they were getting attacked by cockatrices. So they, because unbeknownst to them, they kind of passed through their nesting area and were getting attacked. It wasn't anything big because they all had horses and stuff like that. So most of the time, the cockatrices being small chicken-sized, or bigger than a little bit bigger than that, but it's small animals, would mostly attack the horses first, and one of the players, so Aaron, had his horse die after getting turned to stone. Whatever it is, it's anytime I play with him, his horse dies, which is kind of weird because it's kind of I'm very narrative, and it's kind of even though everyone else has a horse, his is the one that'll die. So it's kind of funny there how that just kind of turns out all the time. After that, they kill the birds. The cockatrices. Aaron gives Gil a good berry juice potion, which is kind of more like jam from the good berries, or juice kind of thing, kind of a mixture of that. They find a little bit more stuff, and that's how I pretty much end it. Thea ends up naming the otter Gipmo. I think she decided to name it after a prison or something like that because of how she found it. But either way, Gipmo was a cool name, and I enjoyed it. So the little Gipmo that I enjoyed a lot of, and it was although it was a small little part of the game and didn't get used much, gave him a little bit of a personality of, happy, enjoyed just kind of laying up on Thea's neck. Learned a bit about otters, about how they'd have a pouch that they keep a favorite stone or something like that. So he would find, during the campaign, he found one stone that was nice polished rock or something like that, that looked like a sapphire or something like that, that Thea let it keep. I was actually going to have him be like an elemental stone, so that way it would, if she used that and had it looked after, they could either been sold for a lot or used to imbue a weapon to make it have a special ability. So it's going on, maybe not a lot depending on what kind of stone it is, but it's like, oh, it's a water stone or lightning stone, and thus your weapon deals thunder damage or lightning damage, or like an extra D4 or something like that. It's, or something flavorful, and just the fact that Gitmo would have been able to find these things kind of show that he's special. And I like how in a lot of games it's kind of the Beastmaster companion isn't just a pet, it's a connection to the player and a gift from their god and all that, so, or nature or stuff like that. So it was going to be, I was pretty much doing all I could to key into this, to what Thea was and what she was going to do with, so yeah.